What's up, Kings? Today we're going to talk about what to do after you relapse. There are going to be days when you do relapse. There are going to be hard temptation days where you're just going to run back to porn. And what I want to tell you right now is that's okay. All right? Don't feel shame that you failed. Don't feel shame that you lost your streak. Do not feel shame because the enemy, your temptation, the devil in some sense, right, wants to have you in shame so that you believe that you can never get your dream, that you can never hit day 30, that you can never hit day 90. But you have to remember that shame is the enemy. When you feel shame, you feel bad about yourself. And when you feel bad about yourself, you feel like you're not worthy of anything in life. What you have to do in this moment, the moment that you relapse, that you have to understand the scoreboard. I want you to understand what the scoreboard looks like. This was a lesson that I had to learn, right? Because this time last year, I was on a 10-day streak. It was amazing, right? I was killing it. I got through my first temptation. I got through several temptations. And then day 10 rolled around, and I was like, man, I need it. I need it. I was like SpongeBob, right? In that moment, I was like SpongeBob. And I relapsed. I was like, fudge, dude. I had this dream of getting 30 days clean before the end of 2019 so that I can start the new decade off right. But then when I relapsed, I felt utterly destroyed. I felt like I was done. I felt like I was going to hell. I felt like I was done in life, right? But it was in that moment when I realized, like I heard a little whisper in my head that says, God does not measure you the way you measure yourself, right? He does not measure you the way that you measure yourself. I measured myself because I broke my streak, right? But if you really think about it, think about what the streak was. I was 10 days clean and I failed one time. Think about football, right? Football, nobody gets a perfect season. Nobody gets 16-0 except for the Patriots, right? But every single time you have a failure at one point or another, you lose a game at one point or a time. You lose a game. But that's the whole point. You lose one game and then you win the next couple games. You get that streak again. You keep going forward, right? So you want to get the best record possible. And that means that some days you are going to lose, okay? But I'm not promoting you relapsing. I'm not promoting. That's not an excuse to relapse, all right? You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to be like the Browns, go 0-16, or that's okay if I just get 8-8, right? I don't want you to give yourself an excuse to fail. I just want you to forgive yourself when you fail. That's very important that you forgive yourself, because when you give yourself an excuse to fail, well, you're not going to go on this journey. Well, you're going to take the easy way out, because we like to take the easy way out. If things are getting uncomfortable, we will try to convince ourselves out of going through that uncomfortableness. So I want you to remember that do not feel shame. Do not feel shame that you failed. Do not, because that's going to lead you straight back into the addiction loop. That's going to lead you from shame. What are you going to do? You're going to run to something comfortable. And what that comfortable thing? It's more porn, right? You're going to go down that rabbit hole again if you feel shame. So what you want to do is break that chain of shame by forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself, right? You made a mistake. Now look at the scoreboard, right? You were 5 days clean and you made one mistake. You shouldn't hate yourself for that. You should continue to move forward, right? So then you get 6-1, 7-1, 8-1. You want to build the win record as high as you can, okay? And that really just means you forgiving yourself, because please, man, it's not worth it. Because just because you failed one time, do not lose the next 30 days. Don't give up and lose the next 40 days. Do not lose yourself because you failed one time. Learn from it. Learn what caused that mistake. What was it? Was it something that someone said? Was it you just going on social media? What caused you to create that mistake in the first place? That's where the learning aspect of it is, right? And this is a journey, and journeys are all about you learning different things about life. It's not about you getting it right the first time, right? We all have this perfectionist attitude. If I don't get 16-0, if I'm just not doing this 100%, then I don't want it. No. You can't do that sometimes. Sometimes you are going to make mistakes. And what you do is you learn from those mistakes, like anybody in life. I don't want you to be the kind of guy who's stuck in this loop over and over and over and over again. There is a lesson that needs to be learned, and you need to learn it because life is trying to teach you something great. And if you don't learn it, you're going to fail again and again, and you're going to constantly feel like, oh, why am I stuck here? Because you're not learning from that mistake. Just learn from the mistake that you made, okay? That's all you have to do. So in this relapse time, after you relapse, seriously, don't feel shame. Forgive yourself. learn from it. And the next thing that you want to realize is that, dude, you're going to be incredibly sensitive during this time period. Because once you do it once, you're going to want to do it more often. That's how it goes. Like, you just do it the first time, right? And it might not feel so good, so you want to do it the second time, and then you get addicted. You're like, third time, fourth time, fifth time. I don't know how many times you did it. I did it a lot. So it's like, you'll start getting back into that loop, back into that rabbit hole. So it's always that first time, right? And so the next couple days, just in the next couple days, right? It's going to be today and the next day that you're going to feel this kind of trigger, that you're going to feel like, man, I want to go check it out again. Man, I want to go back there. I want to go back to port. I want to go check it out. So it's in those time periods where you have to make sure that you don't go for that second. You might have failed and gone for that first loss, but do not go after that second loss, because that second loss can lead you back down that rabbit hole. And it's a lot harder to come out after that second loss than it is just to take the first loss and move forward, okay? It's all about you winning, and you keep winning. You've been winning these past couple days, right? You've gotten 3-1, right? You're a new person now. It's a new record. It's a new season. And what you're doing in your life right now is moving forward, one day at a time, one win at a time. So make sure that in these next couple days, you're on high alert. That means throwing your computer. That means throwing away your phone outside of your bedroom. That means literally getting off social media. That means those things. Be on high alert. Because you're going to war right now. You are going to war, and you need to survive these next couple days, because you're going to be a little bit triggered from that first experience. So make sure that you do that as well. And I really hope that you take this advice, because advice will save your life. This advice will save your streak. And you know what? Dude, sometimes screw the streak. Screw the streak. There's like this high thing, especially in NoFap. There's like, oh, I hit day 30. Like, I did 30 days perfect, 40 days perfect, 50 days perfect. Like, man, sometimes it's not about the streak. Sometimes it's the effort that you put in, and you are doing great effort, right? You were hitting 30-1, right? That's your record right now. You hit 30 days and you made one loss. Great, that's great. You did an incredible job. That's better than what you've been doing the past couple of years. That's better than what you've been doing the past couple of months. So give yourself some credit. Seriously, it's not about the streak. It's about your effort in the streak. It's about what's going on inside of you and not what's going on externally. Okay? Sometimes we are so focused on the external benefits, the external things, rather than focusing on the internal. When you're on this NoFap journey, you already understand that this is about internal benefits, that you get a better personality, that you feel like you have more energy, right? That's not things that are external, that's things that are internal. So what you're building is something great on the internal, inside of you. So make sure that you're continuously realizing that this journey is not about how you feel good on the outside, but it's about how you feel good on the inside. And that means being a little bit more positive in life. That means understanding that there's more to life than just sex. There's more to life than just dopamine, like streaming, constantly consuming. There's more to life than that. And that literally means you just taking the opportunity to take one step forward. When you're relapsing right now, you guys, it sucks. It feels bad. You feel shame. It feels really tough. But it's in those moments, man. It's in those moments when a champion can get back up and start again. That's called persistence. All right? You are king right now because you are stepping back up and you are going after the throne. You are going after your crown. You are going after your promised land right now. And that promised land wants you badly. It wants you just as badly as you want it. That dream that you have wants you just as bad as you want it. You are a kid again, and that means you are going to go after your dreams. That means you're going to dream big and you're going to achieve it because you're an adult too. So seriously, take this time right now. Take this time right now to hide everything. Hide your phone, hide your laptop, just for the next couple of days. Seriously. And when you do that, you are less likely to relapse, but you're also a stronger person. You got to try something different. Sometimes if you're doing the same thing over and over again and things aren't working out, you got to try something at least different. You don't have to go radically different, but you can go a small step, such as putting your phone and your computer outside of your room, such as only using your computer in the living room. Small steps to change the way your brain thinks. That's all you have to do. So I really hope this video helps you because you are an amazing human being. It really takes one small step in the right direction to change your life. Think of your life like a cruise ship, right? The cruise captain can't just throw everything out because it will send the entire ship in a wayward way. It'll send the entire ship into a different direction and everybody's going to freak out, right? So you have to take it one step at a time. You have to move the flight. You have to move your cruise ship just 1 second at a time, right? One small step, one small adjustment at a time. And I think in your life right now, you have a small adjustment coming up. You have a small adjustment that you have to make because If you keep going down this way, you're gonna hit avalanche. You're gonna hit iceberg after iceberg after iceberg. So continuously do a little shift. You don't have to think about all the big changes that you have to make in your life, like working out, like literally getting a girlfriend, all this stuff. No, 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 nonsense, nonsense. Focus on the little things first, because the little things will often build the big things. So, like and subscribe, and keep constantly moving forward.